You are now listening to About That Business, hosted by Rom Wills. Rom Wills is an entrepreneur and personal coach who has helped people reach their fullest potential personally and professionally. Take it away, Rom.
Today, my subject is always hone your craft. And I don't know if I talked about this before, but it's a reminder. And, sometimes I do stuff as a reminder to myself. I don't care what craft you in, what vocation you have, you always want to make it better. Now, in one of my 1,001 jobs, I worked as a merchandiser, right? Worked as, folding shirts, making them look all pretty and stuff. So, some customers can come by and mess them up totally. But that was a craft. Because I actually took some workshops on it, for the company I was working for. It was just like, oh, it's deep. And they'll say, yeah, you want to fold it this way. It makes people look at it a certain way. You want to put the colors this way. And I was just like, oh. And I started doing that. And once I did, it was like, wow. It made a big difference in sales, presentation, and everything. But that was a craft. And a craft could be it. I mean, anything that you do as a vocation to make money is a craft. Like I did something on my main channel about always tipping the barber. That's a craft. Or I have a friend who just finished massage therapy school, right? And now she said, yeah, there's going to be a lot of continuing education once she gets licensed. But she likes that because you always want to hone it. You always want to see what's up. Even though with me on my main channel talking about relationships, and I tell people I'm still learning. And I'll listen to other coaches and stuff to see if they hit me with something I didn't know or another perspective on doing stuff, and I still get it. Now, I admit everything I know now, it serves me well, serves me very well, not just, in terms of a woman or something, but just in terms of just dealing with people. But there's always something more you can learn. I remember in a webinar that I sponsored for a private group about a couple months ago, the speaker for the webinar, he hit us all with something we didn't know. Me too. And I was just like, wow. But that's how you hone your craft. Take continuing education. Find out what's new. Find out the new technology. Find out the better camera stuff. Like on my main channel, I'm doing the car videos again. That's because I found out a piece I could put on my mirror that would elevate my camera. Now, everybody's saying it's a new camera. I say, no, it's the same camera, but the camera angle was not good on the first one. It was just, just with the mount and everything. All I did was just get a different mount, but that's part of it. Now, the new mount will pay for itself. It wasn't that much to buy, but it will pay for itself just in ad money. One video and it's paid for itself. But that's part of honing it. It's like you want to sit down with everything you do and say, how can I make this better? How can I make this more efficient? What can I do? Okay, like when I was doing merchandising, if something didn't sell, me and some managers and more senior merchandisers, we were looking probably move a whole floor around. Because you always got to tweak something. You got to figure, okay, what can we do? I've also worked in sales. It was like, okay, what can I do to close more sales? Okay, I close, out of 10 sales, I close 6. And that's pretty good for a salesperson. But then it's like, well, what can I do to close 8 sales? And then even if you get to 8 out of 10 sales, okay, what can I do to get 10 out of 10 sales? Now, someone will say, well, nobody will get 10 out of 10, but you always have to think, what can I do to make it better? What can I do? If I'm doing these videos, what look can I have that makes me come across better? Right? And I actually think about that too. That's part of the reason why I changed the camera angle and stuff on it. It's like, okay, I like this look better. And that's in life too, really. Just real quick, just on a tangent. If you having trouble maybe attracting members of the opposite sex, what can you tweak about yourself? What about yourself you can tweak and make that better? It's like, and it could be anything. But, we mainly talking about a craft. And it's just that craft. it's a craft. You want to work on it, right? Like, I'm also a writer, and I remember years ago, this dude who was a poet was talking about this other guy who was a poet as well. I would say a master poet, if there's such a term, because this guy was real good. But what one guy said about the master poet was that this guy crafted the poems. He didn't just do the usual, just write about some relationship and all that and try to make it cool and try to make it sound hip, y'all. No, he didn't do all that. It was like his poems told a story, and he put work into it. I think he might have been a writing professor or something at some university, right? I think he might have. I think that's what he's doing now, like a teacher. But that's part of it. And I'm going to tell you what, building the craft is actually a holistic thing. It's a spiritual thing. And I've said this especially for men, but this applies to women as well. You always want, every single person should have one thing that they are very, very good at. And they don't necessarily mean they need to be the best in the world at it, but something that they can build, something that's them. Everybody needs something that's them. And this is leaving a little bit beyond business, but everybody needs that craft, that hobby, something. And because it brings out so much. Me just working on the craft of writing has brought me so much, and it gives you purpose. Well, a lot of times people don't have purpose going through life, right? People don't have purpose. But yeah, you always want to hone that craft. Keep doing it. That's an important thing, right? So anyway, that's all I got to say for today. And I'll get back with y'all later. Let's go make that money.
Mm.